right, guys, welcome back to another episode. Today with us, we got the variant section, also known as James. James, how's it going today, man?
Yeah, man.
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good,
Doing
man.
good, man. In the card world, it got a little crazy today. Masterpieces pre-orders came out today, so a lot of people excited about that. It's a crazy day today, man.
I seen
Yeah.
you posted that in the chat earlier.
Yeah, yeah. I try to look out for the Doom guys, and I know some of one of them collects Captain America also in there. So in case they wanted to go, but it's sold out so quick, and it's $494. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money,
So what's the possibility of getting Doom in that pack?
It's super slim. It's not even. It's not even like it's not
Yeah.
the smart way to do it at all. That's why I was trying to tell people, and then just wait till everyone cracks them open and try to get the Fantastic Four versus Doom, which is what we know so far. We haven't seen a lot of the artwork, but it's gonna be. Everyone's looking forward to that set. It's been what 3 years since Masterpieces.
Yeah.
3
From
years.
2020 Columbus. Yeah.
It's a big deal, man. Yeah.
And so, James, man, how did you get into collecting Doom? And is that the only character you collect in general?
So it's a crazy story with that actually. So Doom is number one, obviously. Number one in our pamphlets, number one in our hearts.
Is he though?
Stop.
No.
I might have to boot you out of here, Lucy. Chill out.
So number two is She-Hulk.
Nice.
I love Jennifer Wall.
Shout out Stacking Gems on the She-Hulk.
Yeah, man.
I think we
I
lost
think it
James.
froze. Yeah, let's try to get James back on here.
Just there you go.
Yeah,
There we go.
We got you back.
Yep.
So you left off on She-Hulk. Go ahead.
Yep, Jennifer Walters. She's my girl. And then basically there's really no one after that. It's just kind of like random here and there.
Nice.
And did you start? What did you start with? Like figures or straight to comics?
So it was basically straight to comics. It's a kind of interesting story. Kind of it's dark and then it's light. Basically, it's
Right.
kind of like a feel good story. It starts off in a dark place. I was a pretty bad alcoholic for like 16 years, and I had met this girl who's currently my girlfriend now. We've been dating, and I was still drinking, and she brought me to a comic store, and I was like, wow, this is cool. And this is when the Doctor Doom solo series was out.
Okay.
Like what, 2020? Yeah, 2020. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, I love MF Doom, and he's always dropping like Doctor Doom stuff on the tracks and stuff. So like sound clips and like the whole aura of the green and everything. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll pick that up. So I picked up Doctor Doom number one. And from there, I fell in love, like with the look of the comic book store, like everything about it. And it came towards a point where like my drinking was out of control. And
shout out Retro.
I made a choice, and I was like, all right, that's it. No more drinking. And basically, comic books, it's just like people try to find something, like they try to take on a personality when they quit substance abuse, I guess.
Yeah.
And I basically just engulfed myself in the comic world. And it's been killer. I just actually celebrated 2 years sober in June.
Nice.
Congratulations, bro.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. I treated myself with the Fantastic Four number 6, second appearance of Doctor Doom. Yeah.
Big boy comic.
Yeah. PGC 4.5. So I figured second year sober, second appearance of Doctor Doom. I mean, come on, like the story of itself right there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's cool, man. And and usually, just in general, I know that when people have a certain addiction, you replace it with another addiction. But this is a way healthier addiction.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. It's definitely helped me out in the long run. Especially all the reading and stuff. Definitely, like it's got my mind working a lot better.
Yeah, man. And we're mostly card collectors. Now we're starting to dip our toe in the comics, but it's so much history, so much material, so many storylines, runs, artists, and I hit up Leo at Free Comics, and he's like an encyclopedia for that stuff. Like he's trying, breaking down like certain characters appeared here and there, and it seems like comics goes on forever. Like it's a never ending, search. But
Let's see if things come back. There you go.
there we go. Yeah,
Is that me on my end?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's all good.
No,
No,
you're
it's
good,
all
man.
good, man.
Yeah, I think that's free fucking with your Wi-Fi, bro. That's what it is. Shout out to Free. Hey, so when did you and Free, like, at what point in your journey of collecting were you guys introduced, and how did you find Free?
So at the time, I had my original like personal Instagram account, and just like scrolling through hashtags, scrolling through stuff, and like it kind of adds on to your algorithm. So I was scrolling through my reels one day, and this like I couldn't really find anyone into Doom at the time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden this like reel popped up. I wish I could remember which one it was.
Yeah, man.
So I clicked on his page and I sent him a message, and he responded in like 5-10 minutes, and we started shooting the breeze, and then here we are now. He's like the big homie. Shout out Free, like really put me on.
Yeah, he's very resourceful, man. And anytime I need anything from him, like just like Doom and everybody else in the crew, like he's just right away. You get a message from him, if you need anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man,
now, go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just saying he really helps the community he's in.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
And
absolutely. Any questions at all? And like he's like the Wikipedia of it,
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he didn't start that too long ago, right? Like he's amassed all this information in like the past 2 years or so.
He's good at what he does, He's real good at what he does.
It's crazy, man.
And and he's always showing people love. He showed me from the beginning, and I'm not only a Doom collector, which is crazy because I won't, I'm not in those chats or whatever. But
no, you don't need to be in those chats, you can stay over there.
Yeah, but no, he's super cool, man. Now you mentioned you just picked up your one of your grails, which is FF6. What is something you're still going after besides? I'm assuming FF5 being one of them, right?
Yeah. So I was thinking a couple factors. Obviously, if I start saving now, when I hit year 5, Fantastic Four number 5. You know what I mean? That makes some more sense right there. It's incentive.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
That's a good goal for sure.
Yeah. And now though, Sergio's got in my mind, everything he's doing. Yeah. He's haunting my dreams of what he's collecting.
Yeah, Sergio. Oh man, Sergio's something else, right? He goes after like the most obscure stuff. He kind of breaks your brain a little bit. And it's like a virus, it just goes around. It's in a good way, Shout out to Sergio,
But you're not gonna have to worry too much more, man. Now he's into Domino, so he's stopping all the Doom stuff, and he's just transitioning into Domino.
He's crazy. But the foreign stuff. And let me show something. Since we have a comic book collector here. This is all Sergio's fault, right? Like I found some of these Arabic copies of the TMNT Adventures. Some of the X-Men stuff, and when I saw these like foreign books, I mean those are super cool, and the Batman Adventures, which I have over there, like it's all Sergio's fault. He's just making us spend money on foreign comics.
He literally is, and he's I'm getting arthritis from just scrolling through my phone everything I have to just.
There we
go.
We're back, man. We're back.
So you're now that you're doing the comic thing, it sounds like, are you just starting to do the card thing as well, or you're considering it at least?
So I hit up Doom Card the other day because you guys talk about it a lot, and some of the stuff it just goes right over my head.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to pick his brain a little bit because there are some cool designs, and I know you guys have talked about it before, that like are only in cards. They're not actually in comics. Because with the comics, you see a lot of recycled art.
Yeah.
And with the cards, it's like one and done, like really cool. And yeah, very interesting stuff, but I don't want to jump. I don't want to dive into it. I got to stay in my lane for right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to dabble in it, here and there. Just if you find anything, and I told you, you can hit me up anytime. Like the masterpiece is all original art. It's only in cards. Although some of like the Just Go cards from '92 were also released as variants in the comic book world. So there is some, it does transfer sometime. And for us, like card collectors, like we don't know the reference all the time, but like you probably seen this cover,
Oh,
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
this actually was. Remember, I told you 2016 was a cutoff date, and Panini released some. This was the Panini in 2020.
Yeah.
So this is like overseas. You had to get these, and I just found this. Like these are, you don't see these graded in like the perfect 10 very often. I think that's a pop one.
yeah, those are
So
tough to grade. And then remember, they have the two variants, right? One
there's a
from
Italy and there's a Brazil, which I didn't know until now. Like when I checked the PSA pop report and it popped up, like
is that one Brazil? I'm assuming.
that one's Italy actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Brazil, you know what that sounds like then to me? Because we bought a bunch of those boxes from Brazil when they first started coming out.
Mhm.
I'm thinking that from because I think Johnny has both in the 10 for the Wolverine, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think
Johnny's crazy.
you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that the Italies are maybe came cleaner,
It's
but
it's funny because on that Doom one, I think there's there's one PSA 10 for the Brazil, and I think a PSA 9, and the Italy is a 8 and a 10. So I don't really know. You would
okay.
have to examine the other. There's a lot. There's
Yeah,
over 100 cards of those from that
yeah,
set graded. You'd have to choose like a popular character to see like what the breakdown is on those. But yeah,
nice.
man. So that's you see some of that crossover in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lucy's also picking up foreign comics here and there too.
Yeah, they're dope, man. It's just something different, and I just like that different countries they use like they have little tweaks to either the trade dress or some colors are different,
Yep.
and you get to see like different variants if you really think about it of the cover that you enjoy, and I'm just picking up the ones that I feel are either better looking than the one from the U.S. version, but I'm mainly sticking to La Prensa, the Mexican edition ones.
Yep.
Mexican edition. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a couple projects right now I'm working on, and it's funny because there's 3 foreigns I just got. I'm going to pull Sergio and say I can't tell you which ones, but there are 3 I just got, and I don't have the US version of it, which is like insane to me. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, I don't even have the actual version of this. It's wild that I went for those, but
Yeah.
like Sergio just sent me on that rabbit hole, and I was just looking, and I was like, that one,
Same, man. The
do you
same.
got
The ones
some?
I have, I don't have the English version. I just got the
Mhm.
foreign because
Yep.
it's like the hardest stuff to find. Just get it while
Yep.
you can.
Yeah, cop it immediately, basically, because you can
Yeah.
You can circle back to the US one, no problem.
100%.
Find it in
Yeah.
a raid or whatever you want.
Yeah, it's crazy how they're rare and they're less expensive than the US versions for the most part, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, for
For the most part, yeah.
some exceptions.
Yeah.
Do you have any pieces that you like to share in general?
I'd like to share. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let me go grab one real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take your time, man. No
no
worries.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, him mentioning Sergio. With Sergio, man, you gotta keep stuff on the low. You can't be showing Sergio, No, only because
Yeah.
he be doing the same thing. You already know with Sergio, man.
But Sergio might be sharing stuff with him that he don't share with us like that. 'Cause
Wow,
he
that's
kind of
crazy.
don't want to give us love sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy with Sergio. Man. You don't even know what he's up to, man. Him and Jacob, you know what I'm saying? They're like
Wow.
him and Jacob have more things in common than they know.
Oh, for sure. Shout out to Jacob.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Jacob, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll show the rest of them. Oh, I have the other ones there, but like the Batman one, this is really the one I wanted.
That one's up.
It's just the Harley one. I forget what issue it is. think this is
Mad
like
Love? Is that the Mad Love?
no, this is after or before Mad Love. I think this is the third or second cover where she's on it from the Adventures.
When they're doing the homie Batman dirty. What's going on there? They're gonna roast him up?
Yeah, you already know. Joker got it like that. I have no idea where this is from. Oh, Gotham Adventures. So this is like there was Batman
Another
Adventures,
spinoff, right?
Batman and Robin Adventures, and this is Gotham. So it's one of the. But look at that, like some Mickey in the
Mouse.
background. Let me see
That's
what's in the
dope.
back of this one. This is what I love about the foreign stuff, like the back. There you get to see some of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I'll show these two. This one is the Riddler cover.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And you see the background. Clay facing them. And this one. Which I'm not exactly sure which one this is from, but pretty cool.
It's wild sometimes. I've noticed that you'll be looking for, whatever issue you're looking for, but then you'll find it, but it won't be. It'll be like a bunch of combined issues in the one issue for the
Yeah.
So it's all sorts of mangled up when you're like, look, it gets kind of confusing. It takes for me at least, it took a little bit to like understand what I'm looking for, what I'm looking at the same time.
Yeah, there's a specific cover. I'm glad you mentioned that. There's a cover with Surfer and Mephisto. I think it's like Silver Surfer number 5 in the US version, I believe. I'm probably off, but it's a cover where Surfer's coming at Mephisto, and in the foreign versions, it's not a cover. Like to your point, it's like a page inside the book. So for that reason, like I stayed away because it's just not. It's not the cover, Yeah,
it's like a collected edition on some foreigns. So they got multiple like issues of that set, that comic run. So some covers just don't pop up in the foreign stuff, but a lot do. Like there's way more than I thought. Like you have those Instagram accounts where they post 20 different country like covers, and it's just impressive, man.
Yeah.
So I went and grabbed a couple. I'll drop a couple of these. So this is the American version would be Damage Control number 2, but this one came in under Spider-Man.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Anytime
cool.
you have Doom beating up Spider-Man, it's my favorite.
Doom just likes Doom beating up anybody. So usually the Surfer.
I mean, Surfer and Spider-Man are like the best. 1-2.
And then I got that Mexican version of Masters of Kung Fu Shang-Chi right there.
Oh wow, that's nice.
That one's dope. Yeah, the giant Doom in the back. That's dope.
And then he sent this one. I didn't research that, but I got that with it as well too.
That's cool.
Pretty stoked on that. And then this is just to rub it in Sergio's face.
Yeah, do that. Let's do it. Let's see.
The second.
Oh, wow.
Kaliman.
That's a sick cover. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to read that line when she was a kid, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Sergio, step up your game, bro. What do you think?
Step it up, man.
No, thanks for sharing, man. What about, because I know, obviously, you guys always shout out King Kirby, but what are some of the other artists that you enjoy that draw Doom?
Steve Ditko. Definitely. Nice. Definitely. I just like his approach a lot, to be honest. Bill Sankiewicz, too. There's a Fantastic Four cover that he did that's pretty popular. It just blows my mind. It's so captivating. It's so dark. I don't know. It just it feels demonic almost, and it really just reaches out and like grabs you almost.
Yeah, that's a really cool. That's one of the best covers out there.
Yeah. The way you describe that, it reminds me of that Moon Knight cover by is it the same artist, Bill Sankiewicz?
Yeah,
right?
Same.
Yeah, where it's like blood on the floor and like a shadow casting on
Moon
Knight.
Yeah.
He
does some sick Moon Knight ones.
Yeah,
and a lot of like good Elektra stuff. Like I've seen some X-Men stuff also that he's done, And in the card world, like there's a Darth Vader that he did for a early Galaxy set, which is pretty
Mm,
awesome. Yeah, some of the best. I love that style. A little more abstract, more I know
yeah.
elusive is a little counter to that, but we all like that's what makes us friends, right? You stay in your
Yeah.
lane, I stay in mine.
Yeah.
Sure.
And going through this comic journey, have you been tempted to, like, as you're like digging through some of these comics, to go for other covers that have nothing to do with Doom? Like, does anything catch your eye? You're like, that looks awesome too, but let me stay the course.
So I have uh my girlfriend, she goes for that. She's not a character collector per se. She
Mhm.
goes for art, and we have exactly the same taste. So she'll just show me all this stuff, and I'm like, I want that now.
Yeah,
I'm all about that. I need that now.
yeah.
And definitely getting into pre-code horror, which is a very
Mm,
slippery,
Oh,
expensive slope, and
yeah.
but
it's
the
just
artwork,
mind blowing.
yeah, the artwork is we me and Liz have gone through and just share links and stuff. I don't know the history of that stuff. I know like it's a whole different world, and yeah, for us it's like overwhelming at times the amount of information you gotta go through. But yeah, man, a lot of those covers, like the artwork on that is crazy.
Awesome, absolutely, absolutely killer stuff, and it's all super expensive too.
Yeah,
Even for like a raw, like point 0.5 is like $400 or $500, and you're like, you just can't
yeah,
justify it on a whim.
Yeah, a lot
no,
of those are golden age, for that same reason. And the cool thing about those too, when you start looking at similarities, like, oh, I like that one, I like that one. Come to find out, like, the common theme is Neil Adams
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
lot of those covers.
it's a lot
yeah.
of that. Same approach. Um, yeah, man, that stuff. I don't know what it is about that style. Like I guess it's the darkness, the grittiness of it sometimes. But even some of the line work on that is like beautiful. It's like very elegant at the same time. Like the contradiction in itself, it's appealing. Uh, and yeah,
And
that's
there's
what's up.
usually common things that, like, are reoccurring in his art that I've noticed, at least, whether it's through Batman or, like you said, like the horror comics. He's really good at moon backgrounds with, like, clouds or something going
Yeah,
on.
it's
You know what I'm
always
saying? Like,
like
yeah,
creepy vibes,
yeah. It's almost
Yeah.
like a 1 a.m. on Halloween night type of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like
yeah,
like La Llorona, like mythical
yeah,
creatures that got what's
yeah.
going on. So that stuff's pretty good.
So besides Freeman, did you take any inspiration, or has anybody else helped you out along the way with comics? Or
Well, to be honest, like everyone has in their own way, shape, and form.
yeah,
Um, Not having like my personal friends outside of collecting, none of them are really into it. Everyone, so I was talking to Free when I had my just personal Instagram, which I was friends with him on. Um, Doom Card, I'm actually friends with you on it too. I don't think you'd know who it is.
which which
It's
one?
it's Cutting X Lawns.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that one. Yeah,
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 that's
yeah, yeah.
that's me. That's like the personal, because like that's like all my friends and this and that. And like it was like kind of pointless to spam the comic stuff when everyone just kind of looks at it like, okay, all right. So like I was like, I want to find a different community.
Yeah.
So I talked to Free, and he was like, make a new account, just for comics. And that's what I did. And so now with everyone here that I've met, everyone influences me and helps me out in every single way. So I can't like single out one person.
yeah,
Everyone, especially shout out to the entire Doom chat, you know,
Yeah.
everyone in
Shout
there.
out to them,
It's
yeah.
like it's good because everyone adds their own little piece to make like a bigger puzzle.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I enjoy about your Instagram, man, is your thumbnail that you chose for your profile cover. Because I was going through, like you mentioned, I like to go through the hashtags a lot.
Yep.
And you might already know this, but I just found out, because I think it was 2-3 days ago, that cover that you have has a Mexican edition from La Mole, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Oh,
own that
okay.
already?
No, 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 no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one's
Okay.
nice, man. If I ever see it, I'll send you the link. Because from what I've seen, they're not very expensive, but they're just dope.
And those are all like more modern
Yeah,
Mexican variants, right? Like La
yeah,
Mole. Like I've seen those for like the Batman the Mad Love, I think, where they did an exclusive
foil cover. There's
covers.
an auction ending soon, man. I need to jump on that before this releases too. You know what I'm saying? For that Batman.
Look, I don't need more stuff to buy.
I mean, yeah, don't listen to Doom, bro. He says that, and the next week he has like all of a sudden he has Dutch variants.
Look, Masterpiece is very expensive.
You're not a Masterpiece guy, bro. Don't worry about it. You're good.
I mean, you say that, but then you see what I bought. It gets crazy. It gets out of hand. But yeah, in the Doom chat, there's a lot of the way they tackle the collections. Everyone's a little different, right? Everyone has their own style.
Yeah.
So one of the guys has like a lot of action figures too, right?
Yeah.
And you get sick custom Doom figures in there. It's like we talk about all the time. Like this stuff is endless. Like you go down one rabbit hole, then another one pops up. Then you have people like Sergio who throw you like another world, and just 5 different routes you can go, and it's never ending.
Yeah.
You just gotta kind of stick to what what you like, and kind of go down that pathway. And there's a lot of stuff. There's always stuff to buy.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And someone's always turning you on to something new that you didn't even know about, or you didn't know that you needed until that person turned you on to it.
Exactly. Some stuff that I never knew that I needed, right? Like it's always been there, and like you're what, and then you go down rabbit holes and YouTubes and Instagram hashtags, and it's not good, man. This is bad. This is we're having a therapy session, y'all. Like, be careful with your wallets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and to your point, the craziest part is like when you didn't know you wanted it, you see someone post something that you hadn't seen, you go look for it and you can't find it. That makes it even worse. You know what I mean? Because at least when you can find it, you have the option to wait if you want to, depending on where you're at. But if you can't even find it, it's like, oh man, it's almost like it's a tease.
News. No, that's good news for me, because if I can't find it, it's not meant to be. I can scratch it out,
Yeah, and you think about it eventually. It's back there.
But it'll sit there.
Yeah, it'll marinate, and you'll be like, you'll get some stuff, but it won't be that one thing that you know what I mean? You'll keep getting stuff to fill that void.
Yeah, and it's just never ending. It's awesome though.
I was gonna say, are you gonna be like completing what's your goal with comics? Are you trying to do the same thing Free's doing, in the sense that he's a completist? He's told us about all the ones he has, and he's pretty much almost done, if not already done. Is that one of your goals, or you're going to take it a little bit differently?
I don't know, to be honest. That's he'll get stuff. I was actually talking about this with my girlfriend. He'll get covers, and let's say how much Doom is on the cover. Like is there like a small mask in the background? Is it like just a metal foot and then a bunch of other characters that are the focal point? Is it just like his eye with a little like slant of the metal mask? Like, how complete are we getting here?
Yeah,
because there are some comics with just a finger, or just his mask. Like there's a Future Imperfect, I think, and it's got the Maestro sitting on it, and he's got a necklace, and it's just Doom's mask. That was a sick cover, so I snagged that when I saw it. But how crazy do we want to go here when you say complete it? Because there are points where you're like, you'd have to look at it and know what you're looking for to see Doom in it, or a piece of Doom.
Yeah. I mean, if that was the problem, I would stick to at least the face, right? Like the mask is like so iconic, so you want to at least stick to that if you're going to go down that pathway. But a finger, that's
or a hand or a foot, or like just a little bit of the cape, or like a very small picture of him off in the distance.
That's
so
wild.
At that point, I'm like, I weigh my options, and I'm like, well, I have these 4. Like, let's say I'm out at an LCS shopping, and I find 4 that are like perfect. I've been looking for them; they're on my list, and then I stumble across 2 that have just the teensiest little hint of Doom in it. Depending, I'll probably pass on them.
Yeah,
I'll mark them in my like checklist, so I can always return to them and not forget them.
Yeah,
but I'll circle back to those whenever I do.
Nice.
So it sounds like from what you're saying is like you're you're really just jumping on the ones that you're drawn to, right? More so than just like doing being a part of it. And you mentioned the one where the mask on the necklace. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that cover you're referring to, but I'm assuming something drew you to that cover. Other than just Doom's mask on the necklace, right?
Yeah, it was a Future Imperfect number 12.
Oh, that is dope.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
it's
This
dope.
is
sick, huh?
Yeah, that makes sense, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know what I
I
mean?
want that chain now, like I
Yeah.
wanted to get a like little custom piece,
Also,
Dude,
one
that'd be
thing
dope.
too to follow back on what you were saying is that in my head, and you guys have talked about, kind of touched on it with Doom, is he is the most universal villain.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think Sergio was talking about this. You're not going to see Magneto and Spider-Man on the cover.
Yeah, that's right. He did mention that. Yep.
Yeah.
It's Doom. You're going to see him on every cover. So in my head and like my lust for the hunt of everything, I'm like, if he's so universal, he has to be on everyone's cover.
Yeah.
And if you really hunt and really like drag the lake, you're going to find that he's on everyone's cover at some point in time.
Yeah,
Like,
that is pretty dope.
unbeknownst series like Micronauts, he's on that cover.
Wow.
I can't get enough of it. So that's also too another part of what my collecting is too, because like he's on everyone's cover, so I have to find something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned, I think you mentioned to me before, you're out in Massachusetts, right?
Yep.
And you were talking about your LCS, like that's something that I'm always fascinated with, only because even though I'm in California, you would expect that I have like a bunch of comic shops, and if they're the good ones are probably like an hour or so away from me. How are the LCSs out there with you? Like, is it something that you're able to pick up a lot from, or is it still mainly online?
So there's where I am in Massachusetts. Worcester is about half an hour or so, and there's a place there called That's Entertainment, and they've been in business for like 40 odd years, something like that, 50 odd years, and
Yeah.
it's back issue wise, it's crazy. I've spent hours in there just digging through. That's where I got
Nice.
most of my back issues from.
That's nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
it's a good resource, right? Like you get to hunt for all the obscure stuff in there too.
So there are a lot of LCSs out here. That's Entertainment being one of them. There's one that I use too that they stay really up to date with the books and stuff. Lot of moderns and stuff. Other than that, we would spend weekends hunting and find basically like, where I'm in Mass, we'd go to like New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island. Sometimes we drive like 2 hours to find, interesting stores and stuff just to hunt in the wild, to walk into a place that's like the size of like a bedroom, like very small.
Wow.
Hole in the wall.
Yeah, a complete hole in the wall. And
Wow.
like my girlfriend would look at me with this face, just this angry face. Like, we just drove 2 hours for this, and like
Yeah.
there was really no books there, or we've been to places where you walk in and it's just puzzles and games. There's a bunch of dudes sitting at tables playing games and stuff, and they all just kind of turn their head, and just stare at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling you, I have one that's 20 minutes away from me, but when I went there to look for some Gambit X-Men covers, I only found one of the ones I was looking for, and it was like in a really poor condition, and it's a modern book, like 1995, I believe. So that's what I mean by like the good ones for me are more than an hour away. They kind of to James's point, like a lot of the ones I have, they're mainly focusing on like TCG and like really ultra modern like covers. So a
Right.
lot of the good stuff that you're looking for, it's not there. I think the the only thing I could think of is a lot of these comic owners too, like they stash that themselves, I feel, or they sell it online rather than in their brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they charge through the roof for incentives. And if you talk to Leo about it, he's like, incentives should be one flat cover price.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll take a 1 in 50 and make it over $100, and they'll take a 1 in 25 and make it over $50. And you're like, oh boy,
Yeah. That's
you're
good.
better off just waiting and getting it online.
Yeah. Which on their part, they're shooting themselves in the foot because, again, you could have just made the sale yourself there instead of, them buying them from someone else online.
Yeah. create a relationship with the customers.
Yeah,
It'll be
that's
nice
another
and
thing
easy.
that from what Free shares with us, he's really good at like creating relationships with his LCS, and he's always getting hooked up, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some good pieces. I mean, some original art came from those relationships, right? Like yeah. I mean, you gotta establish. If you keep seeing a person hunting the same thing, people are gonna figure it out, and then they're
Yeah,
gonna want to
yeah.
talk to
I'm
you.
I'm known as the Doctor Doom guy in a couple stores just
There you
because I
go.
go in there constantly looking for it. There's one store we would go to, and you'd have a stack of books, and you're excited. You're like, all right, this is the price. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have the stack of books, and this is an anti shout out. If you're ever in Massachusetts, anti shout out Command D. I'm gonna preface this anti shout out. You're like, all right, good, we're good to go. And then he'll sit down and he'll take out his phone and start plugging away. And then he's like, okay, well, this is this price. This is, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I guess it's a common theme that happens sometimes, but I was like, yep, you can keep that book. You can keep that book. You can keep that book. I'll take these 3 or 4,
Yeah. That sucks. You want them to
Yeah,
be priced already, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
want to. You don't.
I shouldn't be doing your job for you. I should
Yeah.
bring this to your attention. It should, if it's in the bins, it should be priced.
Especially, if you're taking your time to look through all those comics and get the right ones, like, yeah, it's a slap in the face. You didn't get upcharged.
I
Yeah.
would say that the only pro to that situation, even though he's doing the comp outs, which I agree with you, sucks because, like you said, you're over here excited thinking you're gonna get some steals, but at the same time, at least you're getting to see the condition. Because I could tell you countless times where someone says near mint, I get the book and it's all
Yeah.
messed up. At
Yeah.
least you're seeing what you're gonna buy before you buy it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I didn't think about it that way. That is true. I would, imagine if cards was similar to that. I don't know. I haven't been in like a comic book shop or like any like hobby shop since being like when Pokemon cards were out. Like that's the last time I ever entered one. And there's plenty around me. I know Leo tells me all the time. I just don't like going outside and dealing with people, man. But I'm sure like going into one now would be, yeah, it'd be bad for me. I would want to buy everything. Like it'd be crazy. Don't need that. Don't need that option there.
You start digging and digging and digging, and after a couple hours, like my shoulder hurts, my wrist hurts. I didn't know this was such a physical sport. I didn't know such a physical activity, digging through bins of books.
Yeah, moving boxes around. Yeah, especially like those LCSs that don't have everything nice and organized. Like you have to be like moving boxes around. You're like, dude, do you want me to help you with
It's so
setting this
frustrating.
up or what's going on?
There's one in New Hampshire. Another anti shout out to the comic store in New Hampshire. It was like someone would be looking for books and they just take the books out of the bin and they just leave it on top of the other bins. So there's just books strewn everywhere.
Man.
Everything's out of place. And like there were some serious gems, but like I would have to dig and dig and dig and like spend some time there to sift through their chaos, it was maddening, worth it on the long run, but still maddening during the process of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Like, or sometimes you'll see like the book's in really nice condition, but the bag is just tore up, yellow. I'm like, man, come on. This is your business. Like, it's not something like, I don't know. It's just wild sometimes. Anything else on your mind, Variant, that you want to mention or bring up?
Yeah, man. If you want to ask us anything.
I don't really know. You got me all caught off guard here. I had no time to prep for this, and I asked Luce, and he's like, "No, we're just trying to catch you off guard." So I don't know what you want.
Wow, he didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me that.
Yeah, this was last week though. I did say that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Because he's like, hey, is there anything I should do? I was like, nah, man, we like to catch people off guard. Because then
Sergio was bad,
Yeah, then they recite their answers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, we want to know the truth.
That's crazy, man.
I didn't know if I should have like all my like slabs and like all my bins and everything set up with like 2 computers and everything all around. I didn't know how to go about this.
Do you want to share anything else? We're open to it. Even if you have to go fetch it, we're good.
Yeah, I'll grab like I'll grab one more project I've been working.
Yeah. All right, for
Nice,
sure, man. Don't worry,
yeah.
take your time.
All right, so I'm obviously gonna get a slap on the wrist from Sergio for giving away all the moves I'm making. I know I'm gonna hear about it, but I'm pretty excited about this one. I checked the census for like a couple books, and I've seen like I love the cover, I love the run, or whatever it is. I'm like, oh, no one's graded it. Let me see if I can get some books and submit them, so I'll have like a pop one.
Yeah.
As for right now, this is the first time, according to CGC, their census and everything, that this has been done. So I'm really excited about this one.
Nice.
I went and got all the books of Doom that run graded, and they all came back really satisfactory for me, basically.
All the books of
Oh.
Doom. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That stuff's nice.
That's Steve Ditko, right? That one you were mentioning?
No.
No?
That's
No.
Paolo,
Oh, I thought
right?
it was. Never mind.
It's a painter. Paolo, I believe.
Yeah.
Paolo
Rivera.
Rivera. Yeah.
Rivera, yeah. So I got the whole run, 1 through
Yeah,
6,
those are
all
sick.
graded, and they
I like
all
the
came
color on
back
that.
like 9.6, 9.8.
The first one, he's like on the castle, like, yeah, that shit's hard.
Yeah.
Shit's
So,
hard.
In the census at the time, I think like only 1, 3, and 4 were on there, or like it was like odd. I'm like, how come no one's graded this entire run? It doesn't take that
That
long to
oh,
get done.
Some
You know?
crazy
that was dope.
paintings on
With
them.
the hands.
I've been
Yeah.
holding on to these books for quite some time, and I was lucky to get them in the decent shape that they were in.
Ooh.
Those
I
are,
like
yeah,
that.
those are some of the covers, like the modern stuff that I really love, like that.
That was
Yeah.
dope too, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I believe it was like 6 issues, right?
Yep. That was all 6 of them. So that's one of the projects I've been working on for quite some time, just sitting on them for a bit.
And
Like-
you submitted those yourself, you said?
Yeah.
Did
Yep.
you press them and clean them before?
No. I have a guy that I use, and actually his LCS is extremely good. He doesn't have, shout out Crazy for Comics. He doesn't get monthly books or anything like that. He doesn't subscribe to anything. There's no pull boxes. He's basically all back issues and one big wall of books, and he's always got the heat when I walk in there. He's always got the heat, and he presses, and he's a certified CGC guy, so I take all my books to him, and he's treated my books really well. I've got some nice numbers back from him.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. Congrats on that run.
Well, thanks for sharing that, man. Those are nice. All of them have, they have like different colors in the backgrounds that you don't really see too many of, like cream colors, off-white colors.
Yeah.
His painting style is, it's sick. There's a lot of texture in those too. Like you said, the color pattern. Yes, it's a sick. It's one of like the modern. What year did those come on?
That was 06.
Oh,
06.
that's a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a while back. It's pretty sick.
Yep.
I'll show this card. You hear variant. Look, I know it's a famous cover, right? So
Yep.
I want to say, was this Diodato or
Yep.
who's that? Yeah.
Yep.
Mike.
And this is
Mike
shout out to Fausto Sketch Card Hive. Hooked it up. He bought some of these from I believe it's like the tournament winner. And
Oh, that's right.
got some copies. It's just a sick one out there.
Absolute
That's
fire.
I haven't seen this online at all, but I kept one of those just because the homie helped out. So
Yeah.
those are dope for sure.
Yeah, there's so many of those, man. There's a guy on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen him, where I feel like his entire collection is comprised of those.
Of the versus system?
All versus system. All
Just
versus.
strictly versus system collector?
That's it.
Crazy. Like, because there's a lot of like hidden gems in there, and I don't know. I don't think I've showed this on camera before, but let me see.
I'm gonna send you some links to after this. You might have already seen them, but I saw some what they're calling extended art.
Extended art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're hollow with Doom on them. I'm like, what is this?
There's a lot of those, but check this out for the people out there. Promo card with the auto. You know what I'm saying? Dan Brereton.
Yeah. That image. That's the one that I found hollow.
Yeah, this exists. And these are, I believe these are like 5x7. But there are some autos out there. And I think I've shown it on my Instagram, but never on video.
Yeah.
But if there's one of these, then for other characters, there's got to be signatures out there for these, and you just don't see them pop up often. Thinking about this, it came from Europe. But yeah, to get that, I need to get that slap one day.
Yeah,
for
that's dope.
somebody.
Beckett, come on, stop playing.
I don't know about Beckett. I'm not a Beckett guy, even though I am from Dallas, but still.
You see, Mike, I'm the only one representing for Beckett besides you, bro. That's it. No one else. Everybody's trying to be CGC, and that's all good.
Bro, no, I'm not doing that. Probably send a PSA one day,
Yeah.
Yeah, but versus system stuff out there doesn't get a lot of love, but like people should check it out for sure.
Yeah.
You inspired me with that one, so I had to go blow more moves on this one. But
oh yeah, that's it. And that's like a beautiful modern cover.
yeah.
That's
This
from
was,
like
I think this
2016?
is 2019 off that. So this is the run that got me into comics, basically. This is I think that's the 1 in 10 incentive.
Right.
Yeah, it's the 1 in 10, or no, the Bianchi is a 1 in 25.
Yeah, that's where the Bianchi one's from.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out Sergio. I gifted him that copy, and he got it. I think he got it signed by Bianchi. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Good.
And if that wasn't public, my bad, Sergio, dog. It just, what I'm saying? It is what it is,
It is now.
It is now, bro.
Yeah. Variant, man. I appreciate you joining us, man. We need to do this again. Next time we'll do the whole crew. We'll get Free in here. We'll get Sergio in here and have a great time. Hopefully we could just schedule it. Free, answer your phone. I don't know what you're doing out there, man.
Turn on the Wi-Fi, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Free's tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on.
For sure. We got to do this again. Another part 2 with the homies in there. Maybe we'll let Elusive in. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see.
I appreciate you guys being only.
Great honor, guys. Thank you.
No,
Appreciate
thank you,
it,
man. Any shout outs or any last minute things you want to mention, or are you good?
I'm just thankful to be in this community. Everyone's so loving, and the love is everywhere, and I appreciate it. You see the drama from a distance, but all the homies, everyone's got no drama. Everyone's just a helping hand everywhere with whatever you need, what do you need to know, what do you want to know about, I've learned a lot, and I enjoy being here,
That's awesome, bro. Again, bro, I was happy to have you, and even Sergio, shout out to Sergio. He's the one who told me, hey, man, Varian has a great story. And thanks for sharing it. I appreciate it, man.
Shout out Sergio. Thank you.
Yeah, till next time.